Alright guys, we're back. We got the bolts in. Had them overnighted from Japan. Well actually, Brian Tooley Racing. I got 2 of them just in case this happens again. I don't know why this isn't focusing. Alright, but anyway, it comes out as the main cap outer, or cam gear bolts. I guess it's dual application. So that's if you look in your book, that's 127 there on the side, and then 129 and 128 are your other stud and bolt. And we got our side bolt. It's an M8, and our tightening for the side bolt is 18 foot-pounds. So the main studs you can see here, they use like the degree torque tightening, kind of like the head bolts, but this one just gets a standard torque of 18 foot-pounds, so it's single pass, I guess. And then obviously you just do them as a pair, so tighten bolt on one side bearing cap and then tighten on the opposite side the same bearing cap. Where we're just dealing with one here, I checked all the other ones are all in. So I think what I'm going to do is go under the car. What I did last night, I didn't film any of it, but I pulled the header out, unbolted it from the side of the head, and that gave me a little better access to reach my hand in here. I think I could get my hand in here and a small 1/4 inch ratchet. So what I'll do most likely is stick my brake clean bottle up with a wand, and got this guy, and we'll clean out the hole, dry it out, let that evaporate, and then what I'll do is put a little Loctite on the threads, and then we'll tighten that in. I'm not going to be able to get a torque wrench in there unless I had supported the engine, dropped the subframe, and then pulled that side motor mount off to get in there to torque it. But I think where we're at right now with the car and just trying to get it done, I don't really think this is just a half-ass method, but I'm just going to tighten it up by hand. I mean, it's 18 foot-pounds. This isn't like a crazy torque or anything. It's just an M8 side bolt. It doesn't provide any clamping force for the bearing cap or for the rotating assembly. So really just this is there to keep some rigidity in the block. Probably because it's aluminum, they just add that extra strength on the sides to kind of clamp everything together. So I'm more than comfortable just saying, hey, I'm just gonna get the ratchet in there, just give it a good little oomph and tighten it up. I don't think we need to worry about using a torque wrench on it. So I think this is the best method, is just go ahead and reach in there, take as little a part of the car as possible, and just get it in there, Loctite it, and tighten it down. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, we got the bolts in. Really I couldn't film anything with it, so I'll just show you kind of the setup I used. So pretty much 10 millimeter shallow, and you're gonna need, obviously because you barely get your hand in there, a really fine tooth ratchet. I mean, this is, I don't even know how many teeth it is, but it's really fine, so it resets easy because you're basically in there like this. I had another hand in the backside holding a screwdriver against the head of the ratchet, pushing it in, and then basically just going like this. So the ratchet needs to be able to reset really finely because you barely have any throw or motion in there. And then once I got it kind of snugged, I switched over to the longer handle for a little more leverage and tightened it up with that. I got it pretty snugged up. I cleaned the hole out first with brake clean, put a little Loctite in there, and then got it tightened with that. And I already put the exhaust manifold back in, torqued that down, put the spark plugs, the coil, plug wires back on, the cover, and just running the vacuum pump to finish charging AC. I never got around to it the last time because of the oil leak. So that was pretty much it. So we'll start the car up here in a few minutes, and basically I'm going to run it on the lift and let it come up to temperature. About 130 is where it started leaking last time when the oil thinned out. So we'll let it get up to about 130 on the lift and look under the car and see if we see any drips. I'll probably do one final wipe down under the car, just make sure there's no residual oil left so I have a clear indication if there's another leak. And then we'll be ready to check this out. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that the car is going to be oil leak free. I'm going to be able to, finally use the car and enjoy it, and put a lot of time and hard work and hours into this thing. So I'm just looking forward to finally be able to drive it out on the street and really enjoy it. There's a big car show down here in South Florida on the 21st. So I'd really like to get the vet cleaned up and take it down there for that. So I guess about a week or so away. I don't know what today is, 11th maybe or something. So yeah, like 10 days, a little over a week till that happens. So pretty much give me a week to get everything dialed in, get the car really cleaned up nice, finish working on the tune. I got the guy Carlos from Vet Air doing a remote laptop with me on Saturday, so we kind of worked through some things right now. The car runs and drives, it's okay. It does a lot of bucking and surging under the 2K range, which we got to clean up. Right now the fuel trims are adding like 25%, so we got a lot of work to do in the VE table and airflow, and then I got to add like a good bit of throttle when I start the car up, so the idle airflow's got to get adjusted too. And then I haven't even done anything with wide open throttle yet. Haven't even brought the car into power enrichment, so it's pretty much just been cruising around town a little bit, and I wanted to get the oil leak straightened out before I really drove the car, because I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen cars with oil leaks before, and you lift it up or look under the thing and it's completely caked with road grime because that oil just basically sticks it on everything. So I really wanted to get that addressed and not drive the car first. So we should be good to go now, and yeah, we'll get the tune dialed in, get the thing cleaned up, and maybe I'll do a little video going down to the car show next week, checking that out. And probably in the near future we'll do some type of dyno test, see what kind of power it's putting out. It's obviously not going to be where I thought it would be, because I wasn't able to do the long tube headers because of that whole ordeal. But once the funds clear up for that, after the credit card dispute is settled, I'll probably order another set of long tubes, but that's going to be another month or two before that dispute is settled. It takes like 90 days to close it out. So pretty much that's where we're at right now. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll do another video at the end of the weekend, some driving stuff or whatever, check the car out. And yeah, it's kind of the plan right now. So let's see how this goes. We'll fire it up and hopefully we're leak free. All right, we got the car idling. Oil temp's coming up. See where we're at. At 120, so it started leaking last time like 130, so another 10 degrees. Look under the car. So far, no leaks yet. And while we're waiting on the oil to heat up, I'm just charging up the AC. So we got 25 on our suction, so that's looking pretty good. Just using those little AutoZone bottles, nothing fancy. Sounds good. Hopefully we got no more leaks. I'd love to take this thing out for a rip, get it cleaned up, and I'll have it back on the road. So we'll see. We're still looking dry. I don't see any drips yet under the car. So far so good. We'll wait till we get fully up to temp, and then we'll check back in.